Hello and welcome to another Raggy's beer review. So, tonight, a super special beer from Bang the Elephant. Bang the Elephant out of Langley Mill on the Nottinghamshire Derbyshire border. It's actually got a Nottingham postcode, so we'll class it as Nottingham. So this is a statement of intent. This was released about this time last year. Sold amazingly well. It was a blend. Well, I'll read it and I'll get it right anyway. So, but this is, blended barley wine. So it's bourbon barrel aged blend. It's 12.2%. So decent ABV on that. So I'll read what it says on the back. Most of the time we just like to make beers that are fun and quirky. But every now and again we decide to put on our big boy pants and make something truly special. And it doesn't actually, So we blended 80% rye barley wine with 20% Imperial Stout and aged it in Buffalo Trace and Maker's Mark bourbon barrels. 10 months later we blended the barrels together to create something totally out of this world. Flavours of caramel, coconut, toffee and vanilla come through in abundance from the two different types of bourbon. Those flavours blend beautifully with the chocolate malts from the Imperial Stout, finishing with a gentle spice from the rye-heavy barley wine. This is our statement of intent. And just reading that and this blending, and I know they've done it before, and for anybody watching, Bang the Elephant. When I do just social media posts, I class them as the Imperial Stout masters, and they really are something special in the beer world. Yes, I know the guys. Yes, I'm friends with them, but when they're that good, I can talk about it in a way that I can't talk about it with other beers and other breweries. To be fair. There's only so much you can say about a lot of breweries who release, pale ales and stuff. I mean, we've got a lot of good breweries around us in this area of the world, and yet only 2 or 3 produce beers that are the top of the country's beers, and that's not me just picking out 2 or 3 to do that. But there's a lot of breweries that are bringing out beers, but yeah, they're okay, they're great beers, but they're not special beers. And statement of intent says what it does what it says on the can. We're going to crack it open, we're going to pour it out, we'll give it a review and see how it goes. So, toffee straight out the nose on the tin. This was to be consumed before my wedding night. However, everything went not to plan. So it's literally 2 weeks later. It is 2 weeks later. Wow, time's flown. And there we go. So it's a black pour. It's a tan head. Literally a finger of head, which is dissipating at a rate of knots there. These guys will be coming to Derby BeerCon this year for the first time, so that's great news to see. Possibly be coming back to Robin Hood Beer Festival, and also they headlined Nottingham Craft Beer Festival as they've done for the last 3 years. Always nice when as a brewery you come into a beer festival for the first time and you headline the beer festival with your beers. And they've done it for the last 2 years since then as well. They are now and breweries that come to Nottingham know this now. And I'm hoping that there's collaborations from these breweries that see the aura that comes out of the beers that they put on. Big beers. They do have some pales and stuff, but big beers, as I know. Yeah, Nottingham Craft Beer Festival. Walking and falling over, smashing your face, and and still 6 weeks later, still hasn't gone down. And the hospital have said to me that it could be months, which is not great, but But it's a reminder. It's a reminder that says to me, calm down. Don't drink too many big Imperial stouts. So anyway, let's dive in. So yeah, that toffee on the aroma is certainly prevalent. Chocolate. Certainly got a whiff of coconut just then. Oh, now I'm drinking this cold, and I don't normally do stouts cold, but there's a massive thickness. If it tastes great cold, an Imperial Stout, it's going to taste absolutely world class when you get it to the other side of the equation, if you let it get that far, obviously. Oh, it is a feast in the mouth. You may be thinking, why is he reviewing it out of a Totally Brewed glass? Totally Brewed were the last people to do a collab with, Bang the Elephant were the last people to do a collab with Totally Brewed. And it, you know, for all the years I've been watching the local beer scene, it was quite the moment. And for Totally Brewed to demise shortly after this, yeah, massive sadness from my side of things, and for all the breweries and brewers and fans of local beer across the city, you know, a sad moment. Who's at my door? Unless it's the wind. But the motion at the front door, let me just double check. Good thing about Ring. Oh wait up. Oh, it's pizza. Son's pizza. But anyway, yeah. He's a nosy sod, isn't he? Yeah, I am. Got to bet you. Complexities in the taste and the aroma. It's a treat. It really is a treat. You know, these beers, they don't come often. So you and these days we're Bang the Elephant now. They're at that stage where I personally think, I don't know whether the economics allow it, obviously, but I personally think now, with what's happened pretty much recently, obviously with all breweries, you only want to brew so much because you need to sell what you're brewing, for obvious reasons. And a lot of their beers now, they're either going into keg, sometimes into can. They'll sit in wooden barrels and then come out. And I really do think that they're at that stage now where upping, and it's all down to space and all that. The Tuscan Raider project / micro pub thing, whatever it is, bar, hopefully will there'll be more on it soon. I mean, I've posted about it on my channel. I was given the info anyway, but although technically I still don't know whereabouts it actually is. And I've had brewery people and people who own pubs telling me which area of Nottingham it is, and I wasn't listening enough. So yeah, and I know Nottingham because I've lived there all my life and I've worked around it all my life as well. So this is the sort of thing Friday nights are made for. The fucking hell, the taste is amazing. It's a treat. It's a treat in a can. Like I say, I'm drinking this quite cool, basically straight from the fridge about 20 minutes ago. But at room temperature, the aromas will be the bourbon. on the taste. The aromas will really flood to the front. Whether they've got any of this left at the online shop or in shops across the UK, I have no idea. I mean, you'll have to go check it out. I mean, last year's statement of intent was amazing. This is bourbon barrel aged, and they love this aging it in barrels. And Imperial stouts and barley wines, they do well being aged, and because age brings out more aroma and flavour. I mean, to be fair, what you see here, or what you see this side, this is my Sticky Toffee Imperial Stout, and it's been aged for literally 4 months, and now it's gone into a bottle, fermented into the bottle conditioned, and it will sit there until such a time as I drink it. And I'm still drinking beer from the blooming beer festival, so although I'm getting there, you know, I've had a good crack at it, as you will. I've had 2 bollockins, but as you do. But you know, I'm getting there. It's getting through it. Although I've smashed the glass on the floor. There's glass all over the floor at the side of me. The last 2 mini kegs are on the floor. They're covered in glass. There's a bit here in this mini keg. There's literally 4 pints in there, or maybe not. Maybe about 3 pints. But and it's still pouring great. So it just goes to show you, doesn't it? Jesus. But yeah. Anyway, back to the beer in question. A little bit of off tangent there. You know, it is Raggy's Beer Reviews. Yeah. If I'm not the king of tangent beer reviews, then I'll be surprised. You know, just going totally off the grid and coming out with something like Arboretum toilets and talking about what used to happen in the toilets. Not that you want to be listening to that when you've had having your dinner. That's some of the stories. Chocolate, coconut and toffee are really quite powerful at the moment. Let me check what the other things were that I'm supposed to be getting, just to see if I'm actually getting them. Vanilla, yes, I'm getting vanilla. Caramel, yeah, definitely getting caramel. Coconut, toffee, yeah. And actually the caramel's quite, and the toffee. Caramel and toffee, for me, like with butterscotch, they're all similar parts of the same equation. If you know, for me at least. Yeah, I'm really tired. We've just come off 3 days with the grandkids, and 2 nights away, and then day to day. And I mean, I haven't been with them for long today, but an hour was enough to, you know, for me to think, God, Jesus Christ, you know, I'm tired now. I just need sleep and to recuperate and rest. Yeah, kids, so out when they're your own, because you can mould them and get them to do things. But when they're not yours, they're not used to you telling them off and doing certain things. And you know, parents will let kids get away with stuff where it's me and the wife. Yeah, we're not 100% strict, but we won't let them get away with stuff. You know, it's as simple as that. So we'll carry on. Now it's starting to warm up. The bourbon aromas coming through, and this is why you don't do a beer review in 5 blooming minutes. Although I'm at 14 minutes now, so it's sleeping juice as well. I drink this and wow, getting the full-on flavour, but it also makes me really, really tired. And I mean, I was tired before I come down to the shed, and now I'm really tired. Could have been an interesting year going forward for the Bang the Elephant team. Still got 3 of their beers to review behind me. So pleased that they both seem to be doing it full time now. They were working at one stage and doing it at weekends and when they could, and it's not easy that way. But now they seem to be chucking out the cask beer, really chucking it out. And I'm really pleased and proud of how they're developed. And I'd like to give a heartfelt thank you to the Bang the Elephant team for gifting me for my wedding the Obey the Hypnotoads pin. Yeah. It went down really well. It was going down really well, actually. And a fantastic a gesture. Couldn't think of the word. Fantastic gesture, and it, you know, without getting emotional, it warms my heart that by doing beer reviews and talking about beers and doing lots of social media, the thanks that have come from quite a lot of the local brewers, not all the local brewers, no, some are quite not there on that, but you know, the thanks and the gratitude, you know, it reciprocates from me because knowing that a review is liked, because you never really know, do you? I mean, and obviously sometimes I get quite emotional, and you know, it's been quite the year for emotion, and I think as we go forward, as you get older, is it always the same? You know, does life just get more emotional? I God, I hope not. Got enough emotions going off as it is. Nice lottery win would be nice, but there you go. But yeah, I am super proud of both the guys and their families for where they are with the brewery, and wow, they are certainly getting there. I mean, Bang the Elephant beers this week in America, which is bonkers, absolutely bonkers. And it's all about making friends, isn't it? You know, the way to grow further is to make friends and get your name out there. And I try and do it with the beer review channel. You know, try and do my best. Not all the beer reviews are absolutely strict, super 4-minute beer reviews. They can be longer, like this one is. But I try and do a decent enough effort at least. And it's nice to come down the shed and escape the world sometimes. So, yes, delivering those aromas still now. I'm going to take an off video camera to put on my social media, as you do. And so, would I drink this again? Hell yes. Out of 5, does the ABV come through? Hell yes. Should you also drink it at room temperature? Yes. So if you've got a can of this at home, drink some from the fridge, leave about that much, give it half an hour, go back to it. Watch the flavours flow out. They will flow out. And that's how you get a beer at both ends of the scale, delivering the absolute best that beer can deliver. For me, good 4.64 out of 5, top class beer, and that is it for this review. as always, thank you for watching Raggy's Beer Reviews. Cheers all.